Have you ever looked at someone and thought, wow, they must have done some fillers to their face? Sometimes they look unnatural, sometimes they look puffy or just different. Now, these are patients who may not have been candidates for fillers, or something has gone wrong, because the hallmark of proper filler treatment is when it is absolutely required, done properly, and the hallmark of a very good filler treatment is when it is virtually undetectable. If you've had fillers done and someone doesn't notice that you've had fillers done, but they pass you comments, wow, you look good, wow, you look very well rested, well, that's how you know your filler treatment was a success. So today, I'm going to share with you 5 common reasons why fillers can go wrong and what you can do to prevent them. The first mistake that most people would make is that they think fillers can reverse aging. That's not true. Now, aging is a 3-dimensional process. All right, you lose collagen and elastin in your skin, you lose muscle support, you lose fat support from deep within your face. So what happens is that everything just loses support. Now, fillers mainly are volumizers, meaning they will be able to return some amount of volume that we have lost over the age, but they don't necessarily return collagen and elastin on the skin, which means that you may develop more volume to the face, but the quality of skin, fillers are not able to fix that. Second most common mistake is when patients start chasing every line on the face. Now, fillers, like I said, to consider fillers even, most aesthetic physicians would treat the face holistically. We look at the face as a whole and determine where is the volume loss is and how do we best address these issues. But when patients come in asking, I want my nasolabial line to be treated, or I see some sunkenness on my under eye and I want that treated, or I see jowling on my jawline, I want a better jawline, can that be treated? You can consider fillers, but it has to be strategically placed. And sometimes the problem is not just about losing volume, which fillers would treat. It also has to do with quality of skin, which again, from my first point, would determine if fillers are the right choice. And when you start chasing each and every line on the face with fillers, it creates an unnatural heaviness, which a good injector or a good aesthetic physician would be able to point out and determine if it is necessary. So always look out for an aesthetic physician who will treat you holistically and not just throw figures or say it is possible, we inject here and inject there, because in this case, less is always more. Mistake number 3 is when you start injecting too much, too quickly, too soon, and basically there's no end to it. Ever heard of the term overfill face or overfill syndrome or pillow face? Now, this is when patients have too much fillers in their face, which is unnecessary. Now, when we inject fillers, there are certain areas that we know how much it could hold and how much is required to restore balance. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different set of balance. It's not as simple as if 1 syringe of filler is good, 3 should be better. Again, as I said, too much is not good in this situation. Less is always more. Case in point, I had a patient who's had repeated lip fillers done over a course of 1 year. Okay, and every time she's injected it, it's about in a span of every 3 to 4 months. And that's about 1 to 2 ml of fillers into the lips. Eventually, she develops such large lips which are beyond the point of looking aesthetic, distorting her whole facial profile. What is the solution here? It's all a waste, because now I have no options but to dissolve all of those fillers and redo it. That's one. But what's the risk that you undertake with too much fillers? There's a risk of vascular occlusions. There's a risk of pressure necrosis. There's just a lot that you trade off when you put in a lot of fillers unnecessarily into the face, which is never a good thing. Mistake number 4, considering fillers to treat a problem that's not really suitable to be treated by a filler. Now, everyone ages, everyone's skin changes are different as we age, and when you consider fillers to treat a problem that a filler can't treat, then that's the wrongful usage of fillers. For example, if you have loss of collagen and elastin in your skin and your skin starts to sag, skin starts feeling thin, fillers are not going to help with that. those would require collagen stimulators or biostimulators. Or if you started losing or you have pigmentation on your skin because of aging, fillers are not going to help with that either. If you have textural abnormalities on your skin, you have rough, bumpy skin, fillers are not going to help with that either as well. So always consider fillers for only a problem that a filler could solve, which is basically loss of volume. Now, when you use fillers beautifully, they give you really beautiful results. But when you consider fillers as an option to treat all signs of aging per se, that's wrongful usage and may not always be the best case. Mistake number 5 is going with the wrong treatment plan. Well, fillers are good or bad depends on the injector, not the filler itself. So, when you visit an aesthetic physician with a specific concern, always ensure that the physician assesses you holistically and comes up with an aesthetic treatment plan that is also holistic, structured for your needs. If you just consider fillers in one spot, well then, that's just not proper usage of fillers and can always lead to unnatural appearances. But if everything is tailored, structured to your specific requirements, tailored to you, then that's always a better option, because you could expect better results. And when these aesthetic treatments it doesn't just contain fillers, but other treatment modalities to address different needs, different aspects of your skin, of your look, of your face, that's definitely a more holistic treatment plan. So always go in with a holistic treatment plan rather than something that's marketed as something as a quick fix or something that as a single treatment plan that fixes just that one specific spot. That just doesn't work. And I'll give you a bonus tip on this. Please don't use fillers following social media trends. Well, let me elaborate on that. Don't use fillers to mimic someone, a celebrity, a look of someone that you admire from social media or following certain social media trends, because everyone's unique. What makes you beautiful is you. Fillers, rightfully used, should enhance your beauty, should enhance your features, not make you look like someone else. So if an aesthetic treatment doesn't enhance your features, then that's wrongful usage of fillers in this case. In conclusion, why do some people look bad after fillers? It's not because fillers are bad. It's mainly because fillers were used badly. Too much fillers, using fillers where it doesn't require fillers, using fillers to treat a problem that's never solvable with a filler, following certain social media trends, trying to look like someone else, trying to emulate someone else, or just outright poor aesthetic treatment plans will all lead to disastrous results. Well, the point of using a filler is to create a healthier, fresher version of you. The best compliment you would get after you use fillers properly is, wow, you look good. Have you been well rested? That's the ultimate outcome of using a filler. So, if you like more content like this, do follow us at Premier Clinic at YouTube. And I'm Dr. Deeban, your aesthetic physician from KL City.